Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Tim, and today I'm continuing my playthrough of Gloomhaven Buttons and Bugs. We are up to scenario number 5, which is Buttons Arena. So let's see what this is all about. It's another level 2 scenario. There isn't much choice but to be taken into custody and placed in an arena made of a large serving platter filled with old, desiccated food. To your surprise, Button himself jumps down into the arena. So the monsters we're facing are a rending beetle, arena sorcerer, and King Button himself. Our goal once again is to defeat all monsters. And here is the layout. We'll be right here. We got King Button up here. He's going to be the number 1 monster. That looks like the arena sorcerer over here, and then the rending beetle here. Several obstacles, and then it looks like we got a few new types of hazards. This one will cause bleed plus a damage. This one will muddle and cause a damage. And this one will poison and cause a damage. So hopefully we'll be able to push or pull some of them into those traps to get those status effects on them. Bleed would be really good because that does an extra damage every turn. All right, so there's our layout. Let's look at, see if I can get this to unbend. Lay a little flatter. There we go. So we are here. Got King Button up here, the green cube. The arena sorcerer is the blue cube. And the rending beetle is the purple cube. All right, well, let's see what these monsters look like. So here is King Button. 5, wow. 43 or 76. I'm assuming this means that he is infusing ice and earth. Not sure. I'm not sure if that's only when this is the active ability. I'll have to look that up and see exactly how these work on the monsters. An extra 2 shields, which he already has 3 shields. Yikes. So that's going to put him up to 5 shield. And heal 2 self. So he's basically going into defensive mode there. Not attacking, just healing up and hunkering down. This one, move 2, attack 2 at range 3. And it looks like if earth or darkness is available, we'll add poison to that. And then this one, he only moves 1, but then attacks for 3 at range 3. He also has flight. I believe that's what that excuse me, what that means. Don't see it on the icon reference. So we'll have to look that one up in the rules as well. And I guess that means he can move over obstacles. Yeah, so he's going to be kind of nasty. Only 6 health, but with those 3 shields, that's going to be hard to get through. Our arena sorcerer has 22, 51, and 68 for their initiative options. Here again, I'll have to look up and see exactly how this works. I assume that means he infuses darkness when this is his current ability. Not sure if that'll just always be active or only once he's taken his turn, but we'll look that up. Move 3. Wow, he can really get around there. Attack 2, and then he'll consume Earth to add Pierce 2. This one, attack 2 at range 4. Yikes. And consume Fire to apply Bleed, and consume Ice to apply Muddle. This one he only moves 1, but does attack 3 at range 3. So he's going to be pretty dangerous. 11 health. And he has Retaliate 1 at range 3. So if we hit him, of course we can only hit him. Well, no, we do have the one attack that's range. But basically if we hit him anywhere within range 3, he's going to do a damage back to us. That's going to be nasty. And then our Rending Beetle can go at 13, 25, or 59. Attack 1, then move 2, and attack 1 again. That's interesting. Not sure, since this is solo only, where that would ever come into play. Or they would attack and then move and then attack again. Because basically he's got to be adjacent to us. So why would he move? This one, move 2 and then attack 3. And here, yikes, move 1 and then attack 2 twice. And it looks like all of his attacks add bleed. He's got 12 health and 2 shields. My goodness. How in the world are we going to get through this? I thought the last one was difficult. I think we're going to have to try to figure out how to... The problem is a lot of those have ranged attacks too. I was going to say try to figure out how to bottleneck them so they can't get to us, but... Wow, this is going to be interesting to say the least. So now we have to decide, since we're level 2, again, we get to replace one of our cards with the level 2 version. And we can change what it was from the last time. We don't have to stick with that. So let's see what kind of tools we got here. I mean, this is always, having Retaliate 2 is always nice, but... And that run through sure was good. And that can potentially add up to Pierce 3, which will definitely come in handy. This one also has a Pierce, but I think that's just replacing what was an attack. Yeah, the original one is attack 2, Pierce 1. This one makes it attack 3, Pierce 2. This hook and chain could be interesting though too, because we could use it to pull things into traps or hazards. And then I assume this was the overwhelming, yeah, that was our overwhelming assault before. It becomes an attack 8 now. Oh, and this becomes a permanent +1 to all attacks. But then we lose our big attack if we do that. Because that lasts till the end of the round. Let's see what else. Warding Strength could become Brute Force, which could be nice there. We could and potentially attack and push multiple enemies. Otherwise, it's the same. This one adds a move 2 before we shield up, but then again, that's for the rest of the scenario thing, so we can't use that very early. Now here we go. This looks interesting. This becomes an attack 5 and bleed and immobilize. And then this also, the bottom half, adds an immobilize to all adjacent enemies. So that could definitely be a pretty good option. And then leaping cleave becomes trample. Ooh. Multiple attack with pierce is nice in that configuration. Which, I don't know. Kind of have to see how things play out, I think, and then might have to make some adjustments based on how things set up. Oh, and this is the one, yeah, where you can move forward with jump and do an attack 2 on all the enemies that you moved through. We tried this one the first time we attempted that scenario 4. This becomes a permanent retaliate 2, but again, you're losing a card there then. The heal 2 becomes a heal 3 and gets to add +2 to all of our attacks. Yeah, this one definitely looks pretty appealing with all that pierce on it and more healing and getting to boost attacks. So, what are we thinking here? And they all have some good merits to them. Definitely a tough choice. I think we'll try this hook and chain, because I think being able to pull stuff through a trap will definitely be advantageous. We get the extra pierce down here as well. And then having this toward the end to finish off whoever's left. Yep, we're going to try that. It may or may not work out. We will see. So that's going to replace this one, I believe. Let me just double check that. Yeah, spare dagger becomes hook and chain. So we'll set aside spare dagger and our other level 2s. And this is what we're going to have to work with. So, all right. And let's get these into frame here, if we can get everything to fit. We'll just keep this on our card, although we tend to use that to roll on, so that might not work. Let's see if we can go this way farther. All right, and this is our green. We can still use the D8 for them. They only got 6 health. But we're going to have to go to something bigger for these other ones. So let me pull out some D12s for them. In fact, I might just replace this with a D6 as well. And I'll be right back. All right, we got their health all set now. And while I was away, I did look up exactly how this element stuff works on the monster cards. So this means when you roll it, that particular element combination gets infused. And I think in this case, they're actually both infused, but then when it's consumed, you would choose which one to consume it with. So like in this case, they wouldn't actually ever be able to take advantage of this element infusion to trigger this ability because they're on different columns here. So if they roll their 5 initiative with a minus, then these elements become infused and they're available for anyone to use, either us or other monsters. And it's not when they actually take their turn, it's just as soon as that's rolled. So even if we were somehow able to go before 5, those elements would still be available to us. Also, each element infusion can only be consumed once. So basically, once this is consumed by someone, it's no longer available for the rest of the round. In this case, if they rolled the 43, then they will consume either earth or darkness if it's available in order to add the poison. So same thing goes for the arena sorcerer. So this is where they can kind of work together, is if he rolled the 22 and King Button rolled the 43. Well, now he has the darkness available to add the poison to his attack. And in this case, these will only be available, and then vice versa with the ice. So King Button can infuse ice here on the 5, and then the arena sorcerer could take advantage of that if they rolled the 51 in order to add muddle. Nothing adds fire. None of my abilities do, and none of theirs do either, so we won't have to worry about the wound, at least. But yeah, they could potentially consume our earth to add Pierce 2, but we don't have any shields, so that's also not going to affect anything. So the only thing I have to worry about from the arena sorcerer is this muddle. If the ice gets infused, and then vice versa, we only have to worry about the poison here if the sorcerer infuses the darkness, because we have no way to infuse darkness. So, and I also did look up this flight ability, or flying status, whatever it's called. So that means he can ignore all terrain, basically. So obstacles, hazards, other figures. He can move over any of that, and he can actually end his movement on any of those except spaces that are occupied by other figures. And the underlying terrain will have no effect on him. So he could fly over this poison trap and it won't trigger. It won't cause damage. It won't poison him. So the traps or the hazards aren't going to help against King Button, unfortunately. But hopefully we can put them to good use against the other two. So with that, we still have to decide which items, which items we want to start with as well. So let's pick our hand item first. So we can't use both of these together because this one's a 2-hander and this is a 1-hander. We could use these two together though. So that's going to add, we have the option to add immobilize to some, if we can consume earth, which we're the only ones that will infuse earth. So we'd have to set that up ourselves. This one could potentially be more useful because we can infuse earth, but then they can also infuse ice. Actually, he infuses earth as well. So yeah, that would benefit that other one as well. But this could be good, getting that extra pierce on there with all these shields in play. So that's definitely a... I mean, we'd be giving up the poison option, but I don't know. Poison is nice because it'll last over multiple rounds, assuming they don't heal, which King Button's the only one that can heal. The Iron Nail, though, add 2 pierce to all your melee attacks for the round, or for the turn. That could be pretty good, too. We don't have to rely on stuff being infused. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe the Iron Nail is the way to go for our hand item. And for our, let's set that here. For our, how about here? That'd probably work. For our pouch item, we got the +1 attack, which is nice. This would let us remove a negative condition. Ooh, which there's a lot of conditions that we can get hit with on this one. Poison and muddle. We can't get the wound, fortunately. So yeah, that could definitely come in handy. Gaining advantage. Treating one of their pluses as a 0. Extra movement. And jump. Jump might be good just to get away from something. Yeah, I think maybe we'll try the I don't know, though, there's so much range. I don't know that we're going to be able to get away from stuff very well. We could at least get away from the beetle. It's a tough one. Kind of leaning toward either the condition removal or the jump. If we get poison on us, that would be bad, because then if we did want to heal, we'd have to use a heal to get rid of it, and then we wouldn't actually heal. Yeah, let's take the drop of clean water. That seems to suit the threats that we're going to be facing for this one pretty well. That's part of the puzzle here, right? Is figuring out which items you need to counter the threats that you're being presented with. All right. Guess we're ready to start. Not feeling real confident about this one, to be honest. So how do we want to open up here? Attack 4 at range 3 and the pull would be good. We could get that. We could either get the beetle into this wound trap, or we could get the sorcerer into that muddle trap. Kind of like getting a wound on the, or a bleed, or whatever it's called, wound, on the beetle right off the bat. Try to burn his health down, because we got to get through 2 shields to damage him. Oh, we do have the possibility of getting wounded by him too. So yeah, I am glad I brought that condition removal. Oh boy. And I think we're going to need to try to get away from it, because we don't want that thing attacking us at all, if possible. Not sure we're going to be able to avoid that, but at least initially maybe we can. So if we did that, and then, I mean, I guess who do we want to be near? If we pull him into there, and then we could get like over to here, but then he's still only 2 spaces away from us. And most of his abilities allow him to move twice. Man. I'm just not seeing it. Do a move 4. Where would that put us? Get all the way up here. That would be away from him. I guess we try that. We're just going to have to start trying stuff, I think, and see what works and what doesn't. So with these 2, we can go at 15, which only guarantees that we go before the sorcerer. But, I mean, we'll go before. If he gets this one, we don't really care. He's not attacking anyway, so yeah, it's only the sorcerer we really have to worry about. All right, so let's see what King Button is going to do. He's on the plus. It's not good. Plus for the sorcerer as well. Well, they're all getting their big attacks. And minus for the beetle. So the beetle's going to go first. Darn. That was the one we didn't want to get minus. All right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that just means that anytime he attacks, he adds bleed or wound. Man. So he will, but can he get to us though? I don't think he can, because he's going to try to move around that trap or hazard. Yeah, so he only moves 1, or no, 2, sorry. He attacks, then moves 2, then attacks. Well, nothing to attack. So then he'll, either way would get him there. We want him to go this way, though, so we can pull him. So he'll just do that. So I guess that actually worked out better, because if we'd have gone first, we'd have pulled him to us, and then he would have been able to attack. So that's good to know. We may have actually wanted to go at like 42. Make it even more likely that he goes first. Keep that in mind if we have to replay this. All right, and then it's our turn. So we're going to do the hook and chain. So attack 4. We don't need to add pierce. We don't need to cleanse anything. So it's just going to be a straight attack 4. And we got the plus. Nice. So 5. However, he's got 2 shields, so only 3 gets through. So he goes to 9. And we do the pull. We'll pull him there. We can't pull any farther because he's already next to us. That'll give him another damage. And more importantly, wound. So now he's going to take a damage at the beginning of each of his turns. If we could somehow manage to stay away from him for 8 turns, he would just die. All right, and then we're going to do, so that fully resolves that card. And then we're going to do the move 4 on the bottom of Shield Bash. Get the heck out of here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Go there. Or do we want to go here? Maybe we go there. That'll force him back this way if he tries to move away from us. Yeah, let's do that. Alrighty. These flip to B. Come back to my hand. Next up is going to be that Arena Sorcerer. So he's doing a move 1 and then attack 3 at range 3. So he's going to move here to get away from us so he's not disadvantaged. And then attack 3. Oh, we did our attack, so let's move that down. Ooh, plus. So 4. Ouch. Down to 9 already. And then he also, remember, has that retaliate 1 at range 3. So, yikers. All right, King Button is going to move 1, attack 3 at range 3. He's already within range of us, so he doesn't need to move. And we could be down below half health here pretty quickly here. Minus, good. So only 2. So that puts us to 7. And that'll end round 1. So for the second round, we could try... If we use the push, we could push this guy into that muddle trap, which would do a damage to him. That might be good. And then what do we want to do after that? after it. We'll have to move up to them first. So we got to use one of these to move. I guess maybe get the +1 to all of our attacks. That'll be an attack 4. And then push them. Yeah, let's give that a try. And we'll try to go at 32, I guess. Doesn't matter a whole lot if we go... Well, if he gets this one, then he'll move up to us first and then attack us for 2. Yeah, we'll just try it this way. I'm feeling this is going to be a lot of trial and error here. So he's on his plus again. Need him to be rolling minuses. They're at 0. So they're going to use ice if it's available, but it's not. And then the beetle is at 0. Would have liked it if he had gotten the plus, so he only moved 1. All right, so we're 32, which means it's going to be beetle, us, then the sorcerer, then king button. So the beetle will take a damage at the beginning of their turn. Takes them to 7. And then they're going to move to attack 3. They can't get to us, so they're just going to go to there. Then it's us. So we're going to do move 3 and add +1 to all of our attacks this round. Move there. That becomes active. And we'll do an attack 4. Then a push 2, and then we'll strengthen ourselves. So attack 4. This should have moved down from King Button's attack. Plus, nice. So that's 5. They have no shield, right? So all 5 of that gets through. Takes them down to 6. But then they retaliate 1. So we're also down to 6. And then we're going to push them 2. So he's going to go boom, boom. And he'll take a damage going through that trap. And become muddled. All right. So this will go back into our hands on the B side. And that one will get discarded at the end of the round. So next is the sorcerer. So attack 2 at range 4. They don't move. They are within range though, unfortunately. So neither of those elements are available for them though. So it's just a regular attack 2. This should move down 1. Ooh, and they got the minus. Ooh, which is a null. Perfect. So no damage from that. Actually, they're disadvantaged, but since they rolled a minus, not really necessary to roll again, but I did that on the previous video. One of my viewers pointed out, and I think I was thinking in my head, since I got the minus, that I didn't need to roll again, but I should have stated that that Archer was disadvantaged at that point in time. All right, so let us see what's next. Their muddle goes away then. And King Button will move 1, attack 3 at range 3. He is currently out of range, so he's going to move either hovering over this apple or hovering over this orange. I don't think it matters too much. We'll just put him there. And then he will attack 3. Yikes. The 0, so we're down to 3 health. Oh boy. I'm kind of hoping someone's going to come on and point out some rule that I'm doing wrong that's making this a lot harder, like happened with the previous scenario, but I think I'm doing everything correctly. It's just, we're just going to get pummeled by King Button and that sorcerer no matter where we go, pretty much. And we'll try to stay away from the beetle as best we can, but not sure how much longer we're going to be able to do that. I do need to remember, though, I just thought of this. I've not mentioned this before because I always seem to forget it, is you can choose to discard cards or a card to nullify damage. See if I can find that here. Because I think it's, you either have to discard 2 A cards from your hand, or here it is, negating damage. So you can negate the damage by discarding or losing cards. You can discard an A card. You can discard 2 B-side cards. Or you can lose 1 card from your discard pile. So none of those are very ideal, but if it means staying alive for another turn, it might be something you have to do. So, all right, let's see. That is it for the round then, I think. So this goes to our discard. And let's see what we can do next. That was he attacks. That needs to move down. Boy, oh boy. So there's very little chance that we're going to go before the beetle. So I think maybe we just try to wallop on him as much as possible, assuming he doesn't kill us. So we've got this, which will be infused with wind, so that would do 4 damage plus Pierce 2. We can get all that damage directly on him. Which, if we got the 2 times, we could actually kill him. What do we do for our movement then? Because we'll probably then want to try to get away from him, assuming we survive. So if we do happen to go before him, we would move up into here and attack him. And then we'd be able to, maybe with a move 3, we could get like back up to here with the jump. So yeah, I think that's probably our best option. So we do the skewer and the unstoppable charge. Unfortunately, that's going to leave us with one card, so we're going to have to rest early. Or no, not this one. Good. This one, the move 3 and jump. Yeah, we don't want to use these 2 B cards with only 1 A card left in our hand, because then we're having to rest earlier than we would otherwise have to. So we'll try that. We'll try to go at 35. Hopefully that beetle will get their plus this time. And if King Button gets his minus, we might actually be able to survive. He does not. He's plus again. Whoops. Little vacuum action there. They're on 0 again. And we need the plus here. Nope. All the same stuff. All right, so the beetle goes first. They'll take a damage down to 6. And they will move 2 and attack 3. So they're going to go here and attack 3, which unless they get the minus, we are done. Well, we're not done. We can cancel it, I guess. Oh, they did get the minus. All right, so we're down to 1 health. And then, oh, you know what? And then he's going to, that's the first time they've attacked us, right? He's going to put a wound on us. So unless we can clear that, we are going to be dead next turn. So we could use our drop of clean water. There's no ice to consume, huh? So we'd have to consume our wind for that, which means we wouldn't be able to do our skewer like we planned. I mean, we can still do the regular one, but I guess we use the drop of clean water and iron nail to get the pierce back. I think that's what we're going to have to do. Because otherwise we'll become exhausted at the beginning of our next turn. Yeah, so let's go ahead and we'll consume our wind to remove our negative condition. We will use the hard nail, or the iron nail, I mean. Get that sticking out there. There we go. And yeah, so we're doing skewer without the wind consumption. So it's just attack 3, but we do have pierce 2 from the iron nail. Need that plus 2. Nope. Got -1, but another pierce. So we got pierce 3 total, but only 2 damage. So the beetle is down to 4. And then we can do our, this gets discarded. We can do our bottom half of leaping cleave to move 3 with jump. So we will go 1, 2, 3. Get harder for him to get back to us. So that will also get discarded. And then who's next? The sorcerer. He's He's going to attack 2 at range 4. We didn't get out of range of him. Yeah, we really needed to go before the beetle there. Because then we could have gotten out of range of the sorcerer and... Actually, I didn't realize I could have pushed him down this way. That's probably what I should have done. I was thinking this was the edge here. So when we were here, we could have pushed him here and then pushed him there instead of here. Oh well, too late now. So yeah, he's going to do attack 2 at range 4. He doesn't have any elements to consume, but this is going to, once he gets the, did we move this after the beetle attacked? I don't think we did. I think no matter what he gets, we're done for. Yep. That's going to do it. Yeah, wow, I must be missing something here because, I mean, I felt the same way after that the first time I played the last scenario too, I guess. So I'll go back to the drawing board here and see if I can figure out what I'm missing. But yeah, we didn't even get a single enemy down. And that's not good. So thanks everybody for watching. We'll be back for another attempt on this in the next episode. We'll see you then.